it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and our home team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing now is Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Cohen on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive they got on the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Now they'll run it with Cohen. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle. From the 39, Wilson. It's caught right side, it turns. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Josh Morrow. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Third and long. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Now Cohen. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Great job, man.
Mike Davis. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The first scoring update now from Carolina. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
At the 16-yard line.
Check 53, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Mike. Mike. They can't hang with us.
Gets it to Gabriel on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. Gets past 1 man. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers when the quibbles with Ben. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check 53. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On first down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Hearns. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
You don't want no problems with me.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Check. Go tight.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson, dancing to his left. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Cohen.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Check. Crunch. Wide. Get wide.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps away. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen as the first half is winding down. As the Bears push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire half.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Morrow able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Throwing on third and long. Wilson. That's complete right side to Gabriel. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. This is Cohen. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
The first down carry for Davis. He stiff arms him. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 27, Wilson. That is caught at the 7. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Makes the score Bears 31.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Again, it's Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead's down to 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now this throw caught left side. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Check 13.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. Hearns brings it in. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. From the shotgun, Wilson. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on second and long. Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. Open man is Trey Burton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards to pick up there. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Give him 30 yards there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this finished.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Line 54. Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix, the former Packer, in on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Carr to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Sheds off the tackle. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
One flip. 53 to Mike. Delta, check 53. Night, sweetheart.
From the gun, Wilson being chased out left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
In this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
What? Go. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive